on Alpha Live for round number 6 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship here at Pembrey. Welcome along, and we hope you enjoy this fantastic, what looks set to be a fantastic afternoon's racing. Let's have a look at the lineup for the Mini Bike 140 Heat 1. Ben Lord from Will Lathrop first and second, Rhys Stevenson third, Michael Med in fourth, Richard Holmes-Williams in fifth from Mick Lord in sixth position. Seventh will be Jim Lovell, Ty Butler in eighth, Stuart Harbour ninth, Charlie Hopkins in 10th place from Chase Collymore, and Daniel Pearson in 12th position. 13th for Oliver Linsdell from Tommy Almond, David Barfoot in 15th place from Jake Whittaker, Carl Sanders 17th place, Simon Gates in 18th position. 19th for Rob Overend from Adam Jameson in 20th, Shane Hopkins 21st from Paul Mitchell, Gary Jacobs 23rd, Stephen Humphreys 24th position, Ryan Clark, Nathan Gardner, Mark Goff, Jack Wolf, Darren Coleman and Nathan Smith a bit further behind. So these are the full qualifying results, of course, from the mini bikes. Kevin Clark, Mark James Confield in 32nd, Harry Clark, Jamie Goffin, Craig Rowland and Dean Widowson. Michael Briggs, David Wilkins, Ian Gamble, Harry Pell, Marcus Burton and Ryan Jeffrey qualifying 42nd of the combined qualifying times. These riders, of course, split into their respective groups according to their lap chart. So this is the 140 group heat number 1. Riders making their way down the pit lane, out onto the circuit now for their formation lap here at Pembrey. Put the hat on, get the umbrella out as well, because it's very warm, as you can see from the pictures here, just how perfect the weather is. It's again, it would suit some riders perhaps better than others. Some riders like these conditions, others not so keen, but over the course of the championship, of course, they will be splitting the conditions. I believe they are all racing in the single group here, actually. My apologies for the mini bikes. I think everyone is lining up in their respective qualifying positions. Now this may take a moment, of course, because everyone pretty much leaving the track in one big group. So some of the higher qualifiers will be having to make their way up towards the front of the field. There we just saw, looked like Rhys Stevenson lining up down with this distinctive motocross style helmet minus the peak. He's there on the extreme left of your picture there. And would also say riding a new machine here in association with a new sponsor of the championship, and they are here today in the paddock this weekend. AMR Moto, the new bike to British Mini Bikes, backed by Stomp. AMR Bikes and Watling tyres. So another new machine hitting the field here at British Mini Bikes, and Rhys Stevenson, I've been told, riding the AMR machine for the first time this weekend, and will be continuing to ride that machine for the rest of the year. Another one of the rising stars in British Mini Bikes, and he's certainly been, well, you might say, a nuisance at the sharp end with some of the more experienced names in 2021. So most of those top names have qualified pretty well. They all tend to be around the top 10. Chase Collymore just a little bit further back as well. Another one of the rising youth stars, and he's had his moments as well, qualifying just on the edge of the top 10 on the 31. He's in about 12th position there as well. Bit of a sort out here in the midfield. As you can see, the starting grid marshal just making sure the riders are in the correct position. Big group of riders here, of course, and the start will be very important indeed into that first corner. Run down the Cowell Straight into that hairpin. Everyone looking to get through that first corner cleanly, get a good jump onto the inside, and hopefully get away with a good start. So a few moments now, and our first race for the Moto Mini Bike 140 is underway in just a moment. So looks like we are about ready to go. Just looking towards the back of the grid, the start marshal just making sure riders are ready and in position. You have to say, look at the riders at the front of the grid here, all glancing over their shoulders, nervous moments, because they don't know really what's going on at the moment. They're waiting there in the sweltering heat for quite some time, just adding to the nerves at the start of what looks set to be a very busy and spectacular race. Big track here, of course, at Pembrey, just a shade under 2 kilometres, so certainly can accommodate big grids of riders, and everyone looks ready to go. Everyone appears to be in position, so we're just waiting for the starter now, just making his way up to the head of the grid. Look out for our start marshal at the back as well. We should get the green flag any moment when we're under starters' orders. And then the riders, there is a light system on the first corner. Here we go, then the green flag goes up. We are under starters' orders. Watch the marshal there pointing to the lights. We are riders ready. Lights out, and away we go. Everyone appears to have gone away. One rider stuck on the grid, another rider hitting some mechanical trouble as they charge into the first corner, but on the whole, it's a good, clean start, and there they go, piling through that first corner. Everyone appears to have got through safely. It's a good start for the 48 there. Into the first few corners they go. And out to centre S's for the first time. Stevenson second, looks like Will Lathrop in there as well, Michael Med and Richard Holmes-Williams all well placed as they make their way towards Brooklands hairpin for the first time. Oh, and down the inside there goes Rhys Stevenson on that new machine, and he's certainly using it to good effect in these early stages. So Rhys Stevenson grabbing the lead. There's a fight back now though coming up towards Carter's Curve. Neck and neck on that first lap there, 4 or 5 riders all battling for position. So all of the big names, you would say, all appear to have got a fairly decent start. They're all up there with the lead group, which is what they want. So they make their way back towards the Honda corner, that final corner down. Back down the straight they go. And here they come charging over the line. So Stevenson leads. Looks like Richard Holmes-Williams in there as well. Will Lathrop, Michael Med, Jim Lovell, Mick Lord, all well placed. 1.6 seconds covering the top 6 riders as they cross the line for the first time. And of course, with such a big field of riders, could tail enders play a part later on in this race as they make their way through the chicane. And Stevenson trying to fight back once again on Lord, who goes a bit wider for that outside sweep out of the S's. Will that let Stevenson down the inside as they make their way back towards Brooklands? Stevenson's got the line into the corner and retakes the lead. So Lord in there, second position. All very close. Looks like Richard Holmes-Williams is a little bit further behind in third place as they make their way back towards Carter's Curve. Lord down the inside retakes the lead. Ben Lord back into the lead on the 48. A bit further down there we have Daniel Pearson, Stuart Hardman battling for 9th place. Charlie Hopkins, Chase Collymore, Jake Whittaker, Ty Butler all in there as well. As that may have been Jake Whittaker having a look down the inside as the leaders make their way back towards the finish line straight. Lord with a drive down the inside, but unable to make the move, and Rhys Stevenson holds on to the lead. So Lord second, Lathrop third, Holmes-Williams fourth, Will Lathrop actually on the 2.26, the third place rider, with the fastest lap of the race as Richard Holmes-Williams has a look down the inside into third position and has made the move stick. Any one of about 5 riders could still take the flag here conceivably, as Rhys Stevenson tries to pull away as they make their way towards Brooklands hairpin. But Ben Lord is right in there again. He just seems to take a wider sweep out of the centre S's. Just seems that Lord takes a wider sweep, and that sets him up nicely for Brooklands, and back into lead he goes once again. This looks like one of these passes that could be 2 or 3 corners in the making on such a fast, wide open track. That is sometimes how it's done. Here they come back towards Honda once again. So Ben Lord is your race leader, but Rhys Stevenson with a drive on the outside retakes the lead. Stevenson back into the lead. Ben Lord down the inside into the first corner, and look at this battle of a third right behind here. Lathrop, Lovell, Holmes-Williams all in there. Michael Med just a little bit further behind in 6th place, just tagging on to the back there as well. Mick Lord, Daniel Pearson, Stuart Hardman and Charlie Hopkins all in there as Ben Lord holds on to the lead this time. Through they go into the centre S's. Stevenson right on his tail. So Ben Lord, your new race leader again, he takes that wide sweep out of the S's. That allows Stevenson back into the lead as they make their way towards Brooklands hairpin. But Lord will look to, oh, the red flags come out. Oh, and what a shame. We had such a fantastic race. But sadly, it appears the red flag, the race has been stopped. Riders coming to a halt And what was turning into a fantastic duel at the front has been brought to a premature conclusion. Now, whether that race will be called, I don't know. We had 3 laps to go. Riders are now making their way back onto the track, so it looks like we're having a restart very shortly. So the riders back on their formation lap. This is the Moto's Mini Bike 140 Heat 1, back underway in a few moments. Great to see, of course, that things are slowly returning back to normal in the motorsport world. Of course, on a wider scale, you may well, I'm sure you will know that the British Grand Prix taking place this weekend at Silverstone with pretty much a capacity crowd. I was watching some of the footage of the new format for them, of course. They've got the Formula One sprint racing, and it was great to see so many people, the grandstands packed full of people. So nice to see that people, it's great, of course, to have the live streams as well, but some people, of course, like to come along and see the events in person as well. Great to welcome spectators back to these venues as the 2021 season goes on. Don't forget, of course, next round of the championship taking place in a few weeks' time. There's almost a summer break, you would say. The action back underway 14th and 15th of August 2021 at Wilton Mill up in Northamptonshire. That'll be the next round of the championship, but still, of course, a long way to go here at Pembrey. And before this race was halted, we had quite a barnstorming race at the front. It looks like riders are and now the restart. Moto Mini Bike 140, he gets back underway, the flag drops. Oh, Lord, a little bit slow off the line, but gets away just in time. Stevenson down the inside, but holds on to second place. Ryder stranded at the back of the field, but everyone else gets away cleanly. And it looks like Lord has held on to the lead. Stevenson's there second, so we've effectively pressed the pause button in this race, and we've pressed play again. And it's almost the same as we had before. Lathrop also well placed in third as Lord battles on the inside. Again, he goes for the outside sweep coming out of the centre Esses. That will allow Lathrop back into lead. Yes, it does. Sorry, that allows Stevenson, my apologies, back into the lead. So Reece Stevenson back into first place. And let's see if Lord can fight back. He does seem to like that outside sweep coming out of Esses, so he sacrifices position once again. But it does make him very strong coming into Carter's Curve, back down the inside into the lead once again. Lathrop looking strong in third, round the outside of Stevenson now. Did he make that move stick? They'll disappear out of view momentarily. And then we get almost the drag race down the Cowell straight into the first corner. Here they come. The rest of the field make their way through. Here come the leaders round the final corner. Lathrop back in third place. Stevenson back in the lead, but Lord down the inside. So Lord retakes the lead. Stevenson second, Lathrop just behind in third. All very close indeed as they make their way through once again. Oh, but the red flag's been displayed. The race has been stopped again. Marshall on the finish line has put out the red flag. The rest of the circuit following suit. So there has been an incident somewhere in the midfield, and that's a shame. As we say, let's hope that's nothing too serious, but yet again the red flag's come out somewhere around the back of the circuit heading towards the centre S's, I believe. You can see the medical vehicles moving to the far end of the track, so unfortunately we had a stoppage once again. And we'll wait and see what will happen with the conclusion of this race. That's a shame because we were in for another great battle there. Interesting to see, I think, perhaps try and speak to some of the riders a bit later on about this, but with such a wide open, fast circuit, it does seem that some of these overtaking manoeuvres are almost 3 or 4 corners in the making, because we were watching Lord coming out of the centre S's seem to take a very wide line, getting the power out, sacrificing track position in the process almost.